Hey, what's going on, guys? Gigs here with some more Awaken Chaos Era. As I'm getting plugged into the community a bit more, I'm starting to hear some of what you guys are talking about, some of what the other creators are making videos about, and some of the points of contention, I guess. And one thing I'm noticing a trend of is there's a lot of people are bothered by the lack of champions in the game and the rate at which they're being added. It seems like a lot of people feels like it's too slow. And I understand that feeling, but I thought maybe I would share an alternative perspective because I think that it's not a bad thing right now that they're adding champs slowly to the game. So I'll explain why I think that, and then we can talk about it in the comments down below. So I think the best example of this would be Raid Shadow Legends, right? That's the game that I'm coming over here from. And back in the day, when Raid was new, there weren't a ton of champs in the game, and it wasn't unthinkable that you were going to pull a specific legendary that you wanted, right? If there was a legendary you didn't have yet and you wanted, it wasn't unthinkable to think you'd get them. And when they would do a 10x event, you'd feel the effect of that 10x event, right? It was much more likely. So if they had like a 10x bad L and you didn't have a bad L, you were probably going to get a bad L if you pulled a legendary during that event. And now Raid adds champions at a rate at which I've never seen a game add champions. It's just wild how fast they pump champs out. And what it's done is it's diluted the champ pool to a degree where if there's someone specific you want, you're probably never going to pull them at this point, right? It's basically hitting the lottery because their rates are low, which is fairly standard, and then their pity system is way different than this game. And here it's 100 summons, I think, right? You're guaranteed a legendary every 100 summons. In Raid, it's, I think, 240. I can never remember the exact number. It's somewhere around 220, 240. More than double the pity system here. So not only are you going to pull legendaries at a faster rate in this game, but shards are much more available in this game. You have to, of course, sacrifice some of the other things you might want to buy in these shops, but in the shop, every tab almost has shards for you to grab, and they drop from rewards pretty well. They're actually pretty reasonably priced in this game compared to some other games I've played. So shards are much more available and much more efficient, right? Like I said, Raid's pity system is more than double what it is here. And right now the game's in a good place because I think what they're doing, it seems like they're doing roughly one champ per update is how they've been going about it. And we're still in a pretty good place right now where if there's a legendary you don't have or even an epic you don't have, it's not unthinkable you'll be able to snag them right now, especially if they do the banner event like they did with Bulin. I think they do, 300% banners? And I actually pulled her. I had a random shard, and I was like, screw it, I'll pop a shard. Popped a Lego, it was her. That felt weird coming over from Raid Shadow Legends because Raid does 10x events. And again, you can't even feel that it's a thing anymore. We do summons in my stream every Friday, near just about. And during 10x events, we still pull legendaries. And I would say 80+% of the time, it's not someone on the 10x list. Like, it's just that the champ pool's too diluted. There's way too many champs. So the numbers that they used to use to do these things just don't matter anymore. And again, you're virtually guaranteed to not pull someone specific that you want. I feel like you've got about the same rate as getting struck by lightning, you know? So this game's still fairly new. And I don't think it'll be this way forever. I don't think they're always going to add champs as slowly as they're adding them right now. So I think unless you're someone who's been playing since the beginning and you've welled out a bit and you've got pretty much every champion in the game and you're waiting on new champs, I understand your frustration there. I get that. But I think a lot of the player base is not in that situation. So I just wanted to kind of share an alternative perspective with you that it could be a good thing right now for most of us that they're not adding champs at a faster rate because, there's as I'm learning the champs and I'm learning the metas and I'm learning things, I'm seeing that there's some legendaries that I don't have yet that I would really like to grab. That light brand or whatever, he seems pretty popular. I see him in most high-end arena teams. And then I was looking at like teams for this dungeon to do stage 9. He's in just about every one of them, as well as Aurak. So I got to figure out what that dude does, and hopefully I can pull one of him. But like I feel like right now I could buy some shards if I wanted to, and it's not unthinkable that I'd grab one of these champs that I specifically want. Whereas maybe a year down the line, if they started adding champs at the rate that Raid does, uh, it's a loss. You know what I mean? The hope is lost at that point. So enjoy it. I just think enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not gonna last. Especially if you're trying to complete your collection or grab that champ that would change the game for you, because it's only going to get worse from here. Literally, it's only going to get worse from here. Even if they keep doing one champ at a time for a little bit, every time they add that champ, the pool gets a little bit more diluted. You're a little bit less likely to grab that champ that you're after, and a year from now, potentially, the dream might be gone. You know what I mean? So that's it. I just kind of wanted to share a different perspective with you, maybe save some of you a little bit of frustration, give you another way to look at it, and just kind of embrace this time we're in, where this game's still kind of in its new stages. There's not a ton of champs. There's an opportunity to get ahead of the curve before things really start to pick up and pull away. So that's it. I also wanted to add another discussion just on the end of this real quick, because again, I know that a lot of my viewers right now are my raid people, but I'm hoping to start picking up some Ace exclusive viewers, and I want to get to know you guys a little bit. So I might do a specific video on this, but we can start the conversation here. Let me know where you guys came from. Is this your first gacha? How long have you been playing them? What are some of your favorites? How did you learn to play them? How does this compare to the ones that you've played before? For me, it's Summoner's War. I started this in Summoner's War in like 2014, 2015, and just fell in love with them, man. So that's kind of the bar for me. I feel like Summoner's War is the bar that all these other games get measured against. And yeah, that's it. I think I want to do another video, just another discussion video where we talk specifically about that. But I figured I would start the process here, because I want to get to know you guys over here in the Ace community. And if you're in my raid community and you've never heard me ask that question before, then jump in the conversation as well. But that's it, man. I'm excited to get plugged into this community. I'm loving the game. The community seems dope. I'm bouncing around and checking out the other creators, and I'm really enjoying it, man. So I'm excited to get over here and get to know y'all. And I reckon we'll wrap this one up here, man. That's it. Hope this was fun. Hope you guys like a good chat over here. So we'll see you probably tomorrow, right? Probably tomorrow.